Hello everybody, my name is Tommy, and today we're going to be learning how to make this adorable raccoon. Hey, wait a second, let's enjoy the show. Welcome to Tommy's Puppet Lab.
Enjoy the show.
Okay, so we're going to start by making the body. Crumble newspaper into the shape of a ball. Okay, so we should have the shape of a football. Okay, so now for the head, you're going to crumble a large ball. Okay, so now we need to make the cloven hoofs. So you're going to crumble 4 flat newspaper balls. We'll trim these later. Okay, so now we're going to take some scissors and we're going to trim a small triangle inside each flat newspaper ball. They should look like small little Pac-Mans. Remember, knives and scissors are very sharp and pointy, so be very careful when you're doing this. And always cut away from yourself. That includes your fingers. And you should have something that looks like this. Like a little Pac-Man. Alright, so let's make the antlers. We need to make 10 newspaper carrots for the antlers. Okay, so we're going to do paper mache. We're going to mix 1 part glue, 1 part water. I'm using school glue, or just white glue. This stuff works good, and you just mix it with water. You put it onto the newspaper like I have been, and I just wet the surface area. Once that is covered, we put on another one. Okay, so here's the raccoon's head. I am not! And what you need to do is you need to crumble newspaper. We need to make the muzzle, so we don't need it this big. But we need to just kind of raise this area. So just crumble newspaper. I'm going to tape it onto here, and then we're going to cover that in paper mache. Should have something that looks like this. So now we're going to make the nose. And we're going to crumple newspaper into the shape of a flat ball, and this will be the raccoon's nose. Can I say something? And we're going to glue it on with hot glue. Just remember your gloves. And hot glue is, well, obviously very hot. And now we're going to get some paper mache on that. So Chopper wears a really big hat and it's actually pretty thick. So we're going to trace, I'm going to take a plate and I'm going to trace it so we have perfect circles. We're going to stack them, about 4. Take 4 of these cutouts. And we're going to cut these out. Okay, so we're going to make the hat. That the bird's behind me. So we're going to take our cutout, we're going to take a sheet of cardboard, we're going to roll it. We're going to roll the cardboard. And this is too big, I'm going to cut it. And we're just going to fit it onto the center as best as we can. I'm going to glue this together. Put some glue along like this. Wear your gloves. I'm going to glue this on top. Try to center this as best as you can. Put the top on, like that, but we're going to trim it. Once the glue sets, we're going to trim it. Just remember, knives are sharp, so cut away from yourself. Like that. Now, it's actually, the bottom is thicker, so we're going to wrap this all around the very edge. So we'll roll this up. Glue that all around the edge. Have to do the same thing to the other piece. And we'll glue the last piece on the bottom. Actually, we're going to cut the bottom out so we can actually get it on his head. I think I have this thing a little too thick. I'm going to trim this down a bit. That's better. Now we need, the next most important detail, we need to put the big X on there. Now the thing about this X is actually supposed to be a cross on it's tilted on the side. I'll show you. It's like a big plus. Think of a medical cross, but tilted on its side. Now there's a reason for that, because Chopper is a doctor. Yep, he's a ship doctor of the Straw Hat Pirates. Yes, he is a pirate, and he's going to meet Foxy. Now, I don't mean Foxy from the anime. I mean Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's. He already met Captain Foxy from the anime, and he doesn't like him. Now, we'll decide which way is going to be the front. I think this should be. Then we're going to glue this X on. Now, the muzzle is not correct and the nose is way too big, so we're going to fix that. Now, the muzzle needs to come down right a ways, so I'm just going to trim it. Never too late to fix a mistake. I'm going to lower this a bit. And I'm just going to glue this onto here. Just take the newspaper out of the nose. And we're going to trim it. It's quite a bit smaller, but not super small. Guess that's a little thin, but alright, we're going to just fix that. We're going to glue it right here. Now we're going to make the eyes. He's got some pretty big round eyes. I'm going to use the bottom of this pink bottle and we're going to trace 2 circles. I'm going to cut them out. Cut that out. Okay, fair enough. Now we're going to make the ears next. And into the shape of a cone. So kind of what you're doing is you're just taking a triangle and you're just folding the 2 corners like that, and it should have look like that. I'll get paper mache on that. And then for the tail, crumble newspaper into this kind of a shape. Or just tape it up, so it should look like kind of like a, oh, I don't know, the shape of a. Alright, so let's get the paper mache on everything here. Put our sharp tools away. Okay, so we're just going to take the hooves and we're going to add cardboard bottoms to all 4 pieces. I took the newspaper out, by the way. For our raccoon friend.
Raccoons don't have hooves.
Cut away from yourself. Knives and scissors are very sharp and pointy. Now we're going to cut 4 tiny circles. I'm going to trace around here. Alright, so now we're going to glue the bottoms on. So these will be the hands. And these need to go, 2 of these need to go on the bottom of the hand hoofs of this raccoon.
Listen to me, you big jerk!
And we're gonna paper mache all that. Alright, now let's assemble the raccoon.
Can I say something?
We're going to start with the antlers. Grab 2 pieces. I'm going to take out all the newspaper. And we're going to start with the front. So we're going to add 2 pieces to the front. We're just going to glue it onto here. And we'll grab another antler. And now we need to put 3 on the other side. We're going to start here. We need to leave a little bit of a gap in the middle. Now we're going to glue the end back on here. And we'll glue one at the end. So it should look like this. We're going to do the same thing to the other pieces here. Okay, so now we're going to glue a piece right onto the side of the open space here. And on the opposite side, we do the same thing. And then of course we're going to paper mache all that just to make it look better. Alright, so let's get the arms and the hooves attached. Just going to take the end of this spool and we're just going to glue it on like that. Now I'm probably just going to have, yeah, this will be good. Pretty simple, straightforward. And same thing to the other piece. And we just do the same thing for the legs. I'm just going to make this a little more level. And now we're going to make the shorts. We're going to need to cut some cardboard strips. I'm going to cut some strips of cardboard. They need to be bigger than a toilet paper spool, but this should be alright. Then we're going to glue the ends so that they are round. Do the same thing to the other one. I'm going to glue some cardboard just around the bottom, just to resemble the shorts. We will trim the excess. So this is the body. We're just going to trim this like down. All right, so we're going to trim off the overhang. I'm going to cut the bottom off and I'm going to glue a new flat piece of cardboard underneath it. Now I'm going to glue this onto the bottom here. Alright, so we're going to trim off the excess. Just going to glue a strip around the top. Alright, and then we're going to attach the tail. I'm going to take the newspaper out. I'll glue it onto the back. Just slightly below the shorts. Now we're going to attach the short pant sleeve or short sleeves, whatever you call them. Alright, let's get the eyes on. I'm going to attach the eyes just between the nose, like that. And now we're going to cut out the bottom jaw. I'm going to need to Dremel this out. Then we're going to cut. We need to cover up these holes, and I'm just going to use the ends off of the antlers. Don't need to be this long. I'll just paper mache that. Let's get the hat ready. I'm going to glue the ears on first, and they need to go at the bottom of each side. And we're going to trim them. The ears are currently too long. There, they should be rolled down like that, and they should be glued. Should be facing downward. Ears, it just goes right at the bottom of each side. And now for the antlers. Now make sure that you have the two facing front. We're just going to trim the end off of this antler so that it's nice and flat. And it goes just right above the ear. Do the same thing to the other side. Alright, so let's get the legs on. We're just going to glue it onto the bottom here. And then I'm just going to seal it with a couple of cutouts. We're going to have to cut some holes. Now let's get the legs on. We're going to hot glue that so that our raccoon can stand up on his own. Okay, so I'm just going to take I have an extra one of these. And I'm just going to trace and we're going to cut it out so that we can actually get it in here.
You don't have to do this step if you don't want to. So we're going to make this into the shape of a box. So I'm going to glue that on top of this cardboard rectangle. Glue the sides on. And then on the inside of this top here. Then we're going to get the tongue in. So they should look like the shape of a half egg. We're just going to stack them just to raise the tongue. And we're going to glue it on top of here. Okay, great. Now we're going to close the mouth up so that there's not a big hole in there. Okay, so we're going to get our piece of cardboard. Going to slide it in like that just so that it reaches the... So it reaches the top at the back here. Okay, we're going to trim this bottom off here. Alright, so now we're going to get a piece on each side, like that. Alright, then we're going to trim off the excess here. And we do the same thing to the other side. Should look like that. I cut the back open because I will be needing to do that for installing the mechanics, which you can find out at Puppet Master Academy, or you can just use the simple push button puppet mechanic, which I explain for free on my channel. Just gonna glue a piece on top. On the back here. Then we can just paper mache everything else. All the cardboard and paper mache that. Let's get the eyebrows on. Got 2 tiny cardboard slivers, we're gonna put them on. So we're going to take the other toilet paper spool and a longer one. This will be the spindle and this will be the sheet. So we're going to paper mache that. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. Alright, so now we're going to take the sheet and we're going to cut a hole in the center and we're going to slide this in. Perfect. And this will get glued at the bottom. Start reattaching. Let's start with the arms. And then we're just going to glue the hat on. Okay, so let's start painting. And there you have it. You now know how to make this adorable raccoon, Tony Chopper. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you. One more thing. What's that? I am a reindeer, not a raccoon!
This video was brought to you by Puppet Master Academy. Puppet making just got better. Would love to have you as a student, so please visit the website and sign up today. See you there. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now go make yourself a puppet friend.